Hello and welcome to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey. My name's Neil, and today is going to be a little bit of a different episode. We're going to look back at the year 2000 NHL draft. And this is a video I've been wanting to make for a long time, because one of the most interesting things to me is to look back at these past drafts and see who was drafted in the top 10 or the top 20 or the top 30, and then look at near the end of the draft or the middle and look at the names and see which players that were drafted so high ended up making a career for themselves, and not just any career. Some of them superstars. Like just for example, over the past 15 years, players that have been drafted really high have been like Pavelski, Elliott, like Halak, like the huge names. Like, and these players were drafted so high that a lot of people probably never even thought that they'd play in the NHL, let alone have glorious NHL careers. So for this video, we're going to look back at the year 2000 draft. So I think what I'll do is I'll do the top 20. And for each player in the top 20, I'll give some statistics, games played, goals, assists, stuff like that, and maybe a little update on where they are now. And obviously for goalies, I'll just say how many games they played. So speaking of goalies, in the year 2000, D Pietro was drafted first overall by the New York Islanders, and he played 318 games. And as everyone knows, he had that very lengthy, very large contract from the Islanders, and unfortunately is no longer in the NHL, I believe due to injury. I don't know if it was concussion. I can't really remember, to be honest, but he's no longer in the NHL, and he's currently doing radio, I believe, with the Islanders. I could be mistaken, but I think it is with the Islanders, but he is doing radio. Number 2 overall in the year 2000 was Dany Heatley, drafted by the Atlanta Thrashers, and he played 859 games. He had 372 goals, 419 assists, with a total of 791 points. Very impressive. And he doesn't have any Stanley Cups. And currently he's not playing in the NHL, as many of you probably know. He's actually playing in a German league, so that's interesting. Drafted number 3 is Marian Gaborik by Minnesota. He's played 959 games. He's got 390 goals, 393 assists, for a total of 783 points. And he has 1 cup in his closet. And he is still playing. He's playing for Los Angeles. Drafted number 4 overall is Radoslav Klesla. Sorry, there's some names on here that I'm going to butcher, so I apologize in advance. Just don't be too hard on me here. So Klesla was drafted by Columbus, 4th overall. He's played 659 games. He's got 48 goals, 111 assists for 159 points total. He has 0 cups, and he is no longer in the NHL. He currently plays in a Czech league. Drafted number 5 overall is Raffi Torres by the New York Islanders. This surprised me. Not that Torres was a bad player or is a bad player now, but I was just surprised to see him so high. So he's played 635 games. He has 137 goals with 123 assists for 260 points total. He has 0 cups and currently plays in the AHL. Moving down the list, drafted 6th is Scott Hartnell by Nashville. He's played 1,156 games. He's got 314 goals, 362 points for a total of 676 points. He doesn't have any cups, and he currently plays with Columbus. Drafted number 7 overall is Lars Johnson by Boston, and he played a whopping 8 games in the NHL with 2 assists for a total of obviously 2 points, obviously 0 cups, and he currently plays in Sweden. So not really a great pick for Boston. Drafted number 8 overall by Tampa Bay is Nikita Alexeyev, whatever. He played 159 games, 20 goals, 17 assists, 37 points. And no, he doesn't play in the NHL anymore. He plays in the KHL. Drafted number 9th overall by Calgary is Brent Cron, I think. And he played 1 game in the National Hockey League, 0 points. And he currently plays in the AHL. So it looks like he has been an AHL career type of guy. Drafted 10th overall by Chicago is Mikhail Yakubov, something like that. He played 53 games. He's got 2 goals, 10 assists for a total of 12 points, and he currently plays in the KHL. Moving on to number 11, Chicago also has this pick, and they drafted Pavel Vorobyev. Frolov. Man, these names. He played 57 games. He's got 10 goals, 15 assists for 25 points, and he currently plays in a British Elite League. Drafted number 12th overall by Anaheim is Alexei Smirnov. He's played 52 games with 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points total, and I have no idea where he is now. There's no information. He doesn't look like he plays hockey at all now. Number 13 overall, drafted by Montreal, Ron Hainsey, and he played 882 games, 47 goals, 200 assists for a total of 247 points, and he currently plays for Carolina, and I believe he's doing quite well there. Drafted number 14 overall by Colorado, Vaclav Nedorust? Whatever. 99 games played, 10 goals, 10 assists, 20 points total, and he currently plays in the KHL. Drafted 15th overall is Artem Kryukov. He played 0 games in the NHL, and it doesn't look like he's playing anywhere right now. There's no information on him. Drafted number 16 overall by Montreal, Marcel Hossa. He played 237 games with 31 goals, 30 assists, 61 points total, and he doesn't currently play for any NHL team, and he currently plays for a Slovakian team, or in the Slovakian League. Drafted number 17 overall by Edmonton, we have Alexei Smirnov. He played 2 games in the National Hockey League, and he currently plays in the KHL. Drafted number 18 overall is Brooks Orpik from Pittsburgh. 870 games played, 16 goals, 155 assists. He has 171 points total. He's won 1 cup, and he currently does play in the NHL for Washington, so a pretty solid pick for Pittsburgh. Drafted number 19 by Phoenix is Chris Kolanis. He played 149 games with 20 goals, 22 assists, 42 points total, and he currently plays in the Alps HL. And rounding up our top 20, at number 20 is Alexander Frolov. He was drafted by Los Angeles. He's played 579 games, 175 goals, 222 assists for 397 points total, and he's got no cups, and he doesn't currently play in the NHL. He plays in the KHL. So I've gone through the rest of the rounds from that year, and I've just picked out some of the names that I thought were pretty interesting. So I'm going to go through them now, and I think I wrote them down based on how many games played they have, not necessarily how many points they have. So it's from top to bottom, most games played to least games played. So starting off with Nick Schultz, he was drafted by Minnesota at the rank of 33. Next we have Justin Williams, who was drafted by Philadelphia at the rank of 28. Antoine Vermette was drafted by Ottawa at 55th. Wisnowski was drafted by LA at 118th. Jared Stoll was drafted by Calgary at 46th. Steve Ott by Dallas at 25th. Brad Boyes by Toronto at 24th. John Michael Lyles by Colorado at 159th. So pretty good pick there for Colorado. And get this one. Henrik Lundqvist by the New York Rangers, 205th. That's amazing. Pretty good pick by New York. Obviously, their current franchise goaltender, so pretty impressive. Next, we have Nicholas Kronwall by Detroit. He was drafted 29th. And Paul Martin by New Jersey at 62. Dominic Moore by the Rangers at 95. Travis Moen by Calgary at 155th, so good pick there. And Ilya Brzgalov by Anaheim at 44, another good pick. So looking back on the year of 2000, it was pretty interesting. Some names that really amounted to absolutely nothing in the top 20, and then names that were drafted so high that a lot of people probably didn't think they would have careers in the NHL flourish and become absolute superstars like Henrik Lundqvist. So it was really interesting looking back at that year, and I'm going to do every single year from the year 2000, which I've just done now, all the way up until 2012. So look for those videos in the future, because there's lots more interesting years to come, specifically 2003. 2003 was an amazing draft year, so look out for that in the future. If this is your first video at Post to Post, hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it if you join the team here. And if you've got Facebook, I'm on there at Post to Post Show, and also at Twitter at Post to Post Show on there as well. Otherwise, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of the video. If you didn't like it, tell me why, and if I can improve any, tell me how I can improve, because I'd really like to earn your subscription. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the 2001 video. Adios.